With F1 2023's first 12 races done and dusted, now is the perfect time for us to assess in detail each of the team's performances so far. This week, we look at the sport's top 5 teams. McLaren headed into the summer break as the biggest surprise this year, with the Papaya squad outscoring all but Red Bull in the past 4 races, with its B-spec upgrades kicking in from Austria. It's a 180-degree turnaround on how McLaren began 2023, with its then expectations for pain after pre-season development targets were missed.
The high-level objective is to keep growing as a team, close the gap to the front of the grid. We know we are realistic about the short term, but we also know that we have good developments coming for the season already on this new car.
The first upgrade came in Azerbaijan before a major B-spec in Austria, where sole recipient Lando Norris was 4th, with the parts on both cars at Silverstone. And the Brits smelt a home podium.
It's a dream of mine, not just to win a race or a championship, but to be on the podium in Silverstone, my home race, with McLaren. To be on the podium would be special. To win, I guess, is the dream, but to be on the podium would be something pretty insane. So it's our plan, and we'll do our best to achieve it.
Norris led the race for 5 laps before falling behind Red Bull's Max Verstappen to finish on the podium in second. Rookie Oscar Piastri has proved to be a revelation in delivering on his hype. But while the stats looked skewed, with 2 to 10 in qualifying, Piastri was directly behind Norris on 5 occasions. It was 3 to 7 in races when they could be compared, and 34 to 69 on points. Ferrari exists to win, but that remains a pipe dream based on its current inconsistent form, despite Charles Leclerc delivering pole position and 3rd in the last race at Belgium's Spa-Francorchamps. The Scuderia went into the summer break 4th in the standings, with a jump on 3rd-placed Aston Martin likely, given it outscored the Big Green market 6 of the last 9 races. It's a world away from its ambitious pre-season targets, which sought to build on its front-running form in 2022.
Get more wins, hopefully be more consistent from the first race to the last race, and hopefully we'll get that title.
On the driver front, it's close, with Charles Leclerc beating Carlos Sainz in qualifying 7 to 5, and in the race when they could be compared 6 to 3. He also has 7 more points to his name, 99 to 92. And claimed all 3 of the Prancing Horses podiums so far this season. But it's not the Ferrari drivers that are the issue, it's the Scarlet car, the SF23 that is quick over 1 lap in qualifying, but inconsistent in the race and even between stints. 2024 cannot come soon enough. Aston Martin headed into the sport's summer break needing to rediscover its early season momentum. Its podium pace evaporated, and Ferrari hot on its tail to claim 3rd in the constructors' standings. The Green squad had big ambitions for 2023 after it finished in 7th place last year, equal on points with Alfa Romeo.
The development plan with this car is to be bold and aggressive, as we have been going into this year. We really want to show that this is a good platform for development. We want to carry the momentum that we've shown going from 22 into 23 all the way through this season.
And it delivered that performance, with its 2-time F1 world champion Fernando Alonso on the podium in 6 of the first 8 races. But while it lost momentum and balance with upgrades in Canada, new parts for the car in Zandvoort should address that. While the brand will pick up long-term pace with its new Silverstone campus.
It's a showcase for the brand. It's the first one within 20 years that has been built for Formula One. It will be a great place to work. We will attract the best people from all over the sport. And it really shows the intent of Lawrence, where he wants to move the team for the future.
Mercedes headed into the sport's summer break second only to Red Bull in the standings, but no closer to winning after its W14 restarted bouncing at the last race in Belgium.
The question we need to ask ourselves is how much of it is just the circuit we're at in the Spa and how much is it to be found in setup? Because obviously it was a wet race weekend, a weekend where we had no dry running up until the point we were actually racing. We'll also take a really good look at the upgrade kit and make sure we've not introduced bouncing with that.
Mercedes needs to work that out rapidly, with Aston Martin confident that it can close the 51-point gap with its Dutch upgrades, though Red Bull is out of reach on pace alone. Merck has been forced to relearn its W14 after it abandoned the zero-pod concept after Bahrain this year in a bid to open up development potential and close the gap to Red Bull. With both drivers keen for a return to the top step, Sir Lewis Hamilton leads the way on stats, 7-5 in qualifying and 7-3 in races that they both finished. On points, it's 148-99, helped by George Russell's DNFs. Russell is no doubt the future of the team, but Hamilton is set to sign a new contract that will keep him in the sport for a few more years. And the 7-time world champion still has a thirst for F1.
This has been my life for such a long time. I feel currently fit enough and deserving of my position. So I'm going to continue to go for a bit. And of course, our goal is to win a world championship. It's like the championship we're trying to win. I'm not thinking about an 8th. I'm thinking about a world championship, like it's our first.
Red Bull has ruled Formula One in 2023 with an iron fist so far, having secured all 12 wins to the sport's traditional summer break, a record 13 straight if you include Abu Dhabi last year. And the domination really is unparalleled in the history of the sport. With Red Bull's run beyond McLaren's previous high-water mark of 11, and Ferrari and Mercedes' best with Michael Schumacher and Sir Lewis Hamilton respectively, the sport's most recent best. Red Bull's car, the RB19, is dynamite, leagues ahead of the competition, a weapon in the hands of Verstappen, who is in the form of his life. But he says the squad's current railroading goes deeper than that.
Well, first of all, we're all competitive, we all want to win, but it's all about communication as well, right? I mean, I might be the only one in the car, but we're still communicating to so many people to make everything work over the weekend and make sure that we, of course, have a good car.
Red Bull certainly knows how to keep the good times rolling, as it showed from 2010 to 2013, when Sebastian Vettel dominated. But it definitely did not expect to improve on its 2022 feats when asked pre-season.
It'll be very tough. I mean, the year that we had last year, 17 Grand Prix victories out of 22, 2 out of the 3 sprint races. I mean, it was a dream season, and I think that will be difficult to top. We broke records last year that were, we thought were unbreakable.
And the next record is Vettel's own, 9 straight wins, a feat Verstappen can equal on home soil in Zandvoort. The big question is, will Sergio Perez remain at the team in 2024, despite his inked contract, with the Mexican only returning to form at the last race in Belgium after qualifying struggles from Monaco to Hungary? Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.